in the NFL right now, we're having some real. The NFL is extremely uncomfortable about this. We're having some real racial tensions in this year's NFL draft. The NFL is dealing with something right now that it's never had to deal with, which is when it comes to their prospects, their best quarterback is black and their best running back is white. People are going to sit there and say, oh, no, Leonard Fournette's better than Christian McCaffrey. No, he's not. Not even kind of. Let's stop for a second. I'm gonna draw on some Dick Vitale. Let's stop for a second acting like some guy can sit there and star for 3 or 4 years at his college. And I mean star. Like McCaffrey was considered like he was a Heisman runner-up. Like, and then just because some guy has better measurables. Oh, because he's a little bit faster. He weighs 10 pounds more. His shuffle time or the cone time, whatever that drill's called, is a couple seconds faster than this guy. That makes him a better player. The product you put on the field means something, and it shows teams what you can do. Yes, do you have to adjust it for competition? Is beating North Appalachian State University, is that as impressive as taking it to Alabama? No. But your performance means something. The fact that Christian McCaffrey and Deshaun Watson are both going to go significantly lower than what they should is a crime. It is 100% a crime. If they had switched ethnicities, if Christian McCaffrey was black and Deshaun Watson is white, you'd be looking at 2 of the top 3 or 4 picks in the draft. Myles Garrett is a beast. He might still go number 1 regardless. Myles Garrett might go number 1 even if he was even didn't know his ethnicity. He could be like whatever you need him. He could be a dog and he might still go number 1. The dude's just a beast. Christian McCaffrey, who, like I said, I'm not going to throw stats and numbers at you, but he did well at the combine. He did well at his pro day, and he put enough on that field to justify being a top 5 pick. And he would be a top 5 pick if he was black. The same with Deshaun Watson. Like, can we stop acting like Deshaun Watson didn't just give it to Alabama 2 years in a row? Like, he wasn't the best player in college football the last 2 years. And guess what? Deshaun Watson's not even your prototype black quarterback. He's athletic, but he doesn't run that much. He's mobile. He's like Tony Romo kind of mobile with slightly better feet than Romo. Excuse me. The man can throw a football. The man can play the game. The man wins games. Oh, that's right though. You'd rather have Mitch Trubisky, who couldn't get a starting spot until he was a senior, right? That's who you wanted. That makes sense because the NFL is full of Jimmy Clausens that went far, guys that didn't play until their final year and a half, and then that justified them being a top 15 pick. You'd rather have Patrick Holmes II, if I'm saying that right, or Holmes II, the Texas Tech quarterback, who he put up numbers, and yet for some reason he's getting more hype than Deshaun Watson right now because he did it in that wide open offense. And I forgot, did he do it to Alabama? Oh, no, he didn't. That's right. Stop. Sorry, I had to yell at my cat. With Christian McCaffrey, you're going to tell me Leonard Fournette? Yes, the only thing Leonard Fournette has over him is that he played in the SEC, which you could say is a tougher conference, but it's really not once you get past Alabama. And Leonard Fournette's a really good player. I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. He's better competition to McCaffrey than any of these quarterbacks are to Deshaun Watson. But the fact is, McCaffrey's still a better receiver. He is a better sideline to sideline runner. He can return kicks. He can return punts. You can put him out. You can put him out as a wide receiver, a slot receiver. Like, he has so much value and versatility than Leonard Fournette, who's really just a one trick. I go downhill really fast. And honestly, if my O-line's not that great, he's probably more of a product of his O-line than anything. If the draft order stayed as is, Cleveland would be taking Deshaun Watson with the number 1 pick. And if they didn't take Deshaun Watson, people would be telling them they missed out on a once-in-a-lifetime prospect. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. He's not in terms of prospect. No. Is he Andrew Luck or John Elway? No. That just comes to the fact he's 6'2". That I'll give you. If he was 6'4", then yes. If he was 6'4" and white, he'd be the number 1 pick in the draft, and it wouldn't be close. It would not even be close. If Christian McCaffrey was black and didn't come from Stanford, which is people would consider Stanford a pretty white school. If Christian McCaffrey was black coming out of Alabama, you're telling me he wouldn't get the same respect Derrick Henry got? The same respect Eddie Lacy got? Mark Ingram? You need to stop looking at measurables and stop looking at race. If the guy can play, the guy can play. And they need to be drafted and get play time accordingly. This is my message to NFL teams. Those of you who want to racially overlook either Deshaun Watson or Christian McCaffrey are making a huge mistake. And quite honestly, if you overlook Deshaun Watson, I hope he comes and throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns on your team. And I hope Christian McCaffrey has 300 all-purpose yards and scores 5 touchdowns. Because that's what you deserve if you're one to simply overlook.